Hello, everybody. I'm sick for the first time in a while, which means, of course, also for the first time in a while, there's a new Minecraft snapshot, and I am legally compelled to make a video no matter how I'm feeling. This snapshot mostly has to do with decorated pots, which have been made a lot more useful, so let's check it out. You guys remember decorated pots, right? You can either make it with bricks, or you can mix and match with things like the Creeper Aw Man pottery shard in order to make really nice, pretty decorated pots. It's still called a decorated pot, even if you haven't used any of the pottery shards you've fished from suspicious sand and gravel and stuff. And up until now, you could just place it down and look at it. It would be a nice aesthetic addition to your build. But now they can do things. Let's say that I recently come into an import of some gunpowder, but I decided that, a chest is far too pedestrian a container to store this valuable resource in. Instead, I would much rather store it inside of the Creeper Aw Man pottery shard decorated pot. If you're not getting the Creeper Aw Man thing, if you change the language in the game to lolcats, it calls the Creeper Aw Man pottery shard a Creeper Aw Man pottery shard. Anyway, you can now right-click on a decorated pot with an item, and it will start to store it up to the stack limit of that item. So in Gunpowder's case, standard stack is 64. So we could store the entire stack. And it gives off a fun little, little wobble, and the smoke comes out of the top. It makes a noise and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. Now, you can't retrieve it without actually breaking the pot. However, it is nice that it doesn't shatter the pot, that you have to recraft it. It'll just drop the pot, you can put it back, and then you can pick up whatever it is that's stored inside. But kind of cool. I just love the little wobble and the interaction. Now, of course, say you have something that's not stackable, like a bow. You'll only be able to put the one bow in, and then if you try to add anything else, it just kind of shake its head like, no. You can't do that. Not gonna work. So you have to break it, place it down again, and then you can store something else inside. Okay, maybe so far it just looks like a less convenient version of a chest, but I assure you, it can do some other things a chest can do too, like interact with hoppers and droppers. So if we go and grab this potion of fire resistance and put it inside the dropper, I'll flip the lever. Where did it go? It's not in the dropper anymore. Wow, I put it into the brewing decorated pot. And you'll have to take my word for it because it doesn't actually have a GUI, but I can show you it's not in here. It's not in the chest. It's in here until I allow the hopper to interact with it and pass it on through. So there you have it. It was inside of the decorated pot all along. And likewise, if I were to put the potion of fire resistance into here and then allow it to pass through, it now stores inside of the decorated pot because it interacts on both sides, push and pull with hoppers. And I do want to say the lineup of the models of the hopper and the decorated pot are very, very satisfying. It's like perfect fit. Anyway, as you can see, it's not in here. It's not in here until I let it through, and then it goes in there. So wow, would you look at that interaction. But wait, that's not all. If you call in the next 10 minutes, we'll even throw in the Comparator feature, where if you say, put some diamonds into the diamond decorated pot, it will work with a comparator. And as the number of items in the decorated pot increases, it will output a gradually more significant signal. Again, much like a chest, but as you can see, as the hopper slowly inputs the diamonds over time, the signal increases more and more as the diamonds fill up the diamond decorated pot. I may be getting a bit facetious with the chest comparison, but I will say, even though I don't know how it would be done, someone a lot smarter than me is watching this right now and thinking that a container that only holds a single type of item is actually probably somehow really, really useful for creating a sorting system. Again, I don't know how exactly, but there's probably a way that it can be utilized and kind of revolutionary for something like that. Or maybe not. Correct me if I'm wrong. Also, on a technical side, look, I swear we're going to smash some pots in just a second, okay? But I don't know how many of you use the calibrated skulk sensors. Maybe some map makers, but if you dial it in to channel 11, it will read interactions with a decorated pot. So, watch. See? Opens the door. And just to show it's not reacting to everything, me jumping around, not doing anything. Me opening the chest, nothing. And if I say, take the bow out. It's not responding to it anymore. So, hey, you can use it to trigger events in maps and stuff, or a secret entrance to your base or something like that. Okay, yeah. Technical things aside, from an aesthetic standpoint, we get into a treasure room in a map, a dungeon or something like that, and we can smash pots and we can get loot, okay? We could even use a projectile to do this if we wanted to. We could grab the bow and some arrows from here, and we could just be like, brap, and then we shatter the pot into its components, actually. We can rebuild. Nothing is actually lost. You just have to recraft. And then we can be like Mr. Zelda from Link. I just said it that way to upset people. Or is it because I'm sick and I had a brain fart? You'll never know. But anyway, we'll... Boom. There we go. And we get some arrows of harming. I tried to make it so each of the pots here, like the icons on it, the shards I used kind of corresponded to what's contained within, right? So, boom, and then some more gunpowder, and there you have it. And then, of course, if you want, you can come back over, and you can reassemble the pot that you've just broken. It also kind of a fun thing for like a carnival game, right? We have our little carnival thing over there, and unfortunately I haven't been able to figure out how to rig it so they don't just they don't break and nobody wins, because that's how you'd really do a carnival game. But we could break it and then we get the prize. It's very hard to see because of the snapshot with no zoom, but I assure you there was a potion there. Get ourselves some diamonds, get ourselves a crossbow with piercing 4, another golden apple, and I missed. Maybe somebody figured out how to make that not break. No, I got it. They just reinforced the pot a little bit. It wasn't that I missed. I would never miss something like that. But anyway, you know, fun little mini game. You might want to figure out ways to make it slightly harder than what I did there, but you get the idea. So anyway, decorated pots. Now at least 500% more interactive and useful than they were before. Also, I'm sure you figured, but on top of normal hoppers, they work with hopper minecarts, and you can use other projectiles like snowballs to break them. Anyway, make sure to like the video. Thanks for bearing with my being sick, and I'll see you maybe when I'm not sick. Oh wait, Minecraft Live is on Sunday, so I guess I'll see you then.